Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
2K Sports presents Thursday night of the NBA. This is Kevin Harlan, joined by Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, with Allie LaForce reporting courtside. Let's check out the Eastern Conference standings now that we're in the new year. Look at Indiana. They've been in peak form as we've watched them play some tremendous basketball with an eye toward the postseason. And, of course, there's the Hornets, 9 games back.
Right now for the Pacers, they had a few critics coming into the season, and now I don't think they have any. This is a club ready to not only make a deep run, but possibly win it all.
They do have the pieces in place for a title run, but the competition in the playoffs will be stiff.
Let's check out Indiana's starting lineup. They've got Draymond Green, Gilgeous-Alexander out there with Powell. Then it's Porter, and it's Jokic in at the 5. In the paint. And for the Hornets, Anthony Black is out there with Miller. Then there's Trey Murphy. Then there's Jalen Duren. And it's Eason in at the 4. And that's a foul called on Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. That's his first foul. Here's Black. So, Greg, with All-Star voting underway, there are plenty of deserving players, but only 12 spots for each conference. It is very difficult to choose.
And that's why it feels like someone gets snubbed every year. I'd love to see the league expand the rosters to 15 spots. Remember, we had 12-man rosters back when there were only 9 teams.
SGA against Duren. Shoots from the block. And the shot goes down. Black's got 5 now.
And look at how quick he was to bite on the pump fake. Left his feet way too soon.
Powell with it, and it's Miller picking him up. Jokic kicks to Powell. Jokic sets the screen for Powell. It's stolen by Eason. There's the lob to Duren. Up high to stuff the alley-oop.
Good job getting the ball and completing that play.
Boy, there's not much defense available once a steal is made. That's the best time to attack on the break.
Now, here's Green. And looking at his production, he averages a little more than 7 points a game. Crosses over. It's stolen by Gilgeous-Alexander. Pass to Green. Just about 2 minutes into the game, first quarter of basketball. Can they get it? It's rebounded by Charlotte.
That's their 4th attempt from the floor with nothing to show for it.
Here's Black. Charlotte moving it around. Duren sets the screen for Miller. That one's in, his first shot this game.
Now, how about this move by Miller, using the pick and roll to create some space for himself?
And so now a timeout called by Rick Carlisle. Coach needs a moment to talk things over. Taking a look here at some of the numbers for Jalen Duren.
And the stat to look at is his steal total over the last 5 games. He's been focusing more on his defense, trying to be a disruptor, and it's made them a lot tougher on D.
The Pacers have gone 0 of 4, missing their first 4 field goals here. And Clark, how about Indiana's recent run, making it to the Eastern Conference Finals in back-to-back seasons?
You know, the last time that happened, Kevin, was about a decade ago when Paul George was the man leading the Pacers. Unfortunately, they fell to LeBron's Heat both times. I was courtside for a couple of those matchups. And then last season, advancing to the finals and pushing it all the way to 7 games. The Pacers have a really bright future ahead of them, in my opinion.
Here's Powell after Charlotte getting the 3. Out to the right wing. 6 to shoot. Duren against Jokic. Indiana again missing.
Definitely a situation you want to make sure you don't give him too good of a look.
Pass to Eason. Miller against Powell. Duren with a screen on Powell. Offensive rebound. And Duren slams it in.
Excellent all-around performance so far, hence the big lead.
Yeah, you know, they've had the advantage at both ends. They've got all the momentum early on.
And so now a timeout called by Rick Carlisle. He's ready to talk things through with them. Let's go to the 2K leaderboard. For the past 10 games, these teams have been fantastic on rebounding. 5th on the list, the Hornets.
What a show of strength in terms of rebounding. I mean, they've really controlled the glass here of late, playing with some extreme physicality.
Porter looking it over. Jokic high post. It's stolen by Duren. Miller outside. Duren with a screen on Powell. And here's Miller outside. That one's a miss. His 3rd shot of the game. He's made 1 of them. Here's Green. The shot goes in. First of the night. He's 1 for 3 to start the game.
And one thing about Draymond, he almost invites contact.
There's the pick. Miller with a wide open look. And Charlotte again with the bucket.
And you can't help but pick their defense apart. They're completely in disarray.
Well, everything's coming too easily. I mean, at some point defensively, you have to take something away.
And a fast break now for the Hornets.
I like their focus coming in. Terrific execution so far.
And, you know, it's an all-out effort they've come in with. Very aggressive offense so far.
What a great look here at this tremendous move from our AT&T Connected Cam point of view. And here's SGA. He'll bring it up for the Pacers. They trail by 16. Last time they met was in Indiana.
And whether by design or by accident, they drew so many fouls in that game. Foul trouble for the other side became a huge issue.
And as a result, there was a blowout win. I mean, credit them for initiating contact and forcing the officials to make the calls.
Duren with a screen on Powell. Miller. Jokic grabs the miss.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. With the fadeaway. Here's Jokic. It's deflected. Lets the 3 fly. And Trey Murphy gets the 3. He's got 8. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for Charlotte.
Their defense has been so aggressive right out of the gate, wasting no time shutting shooters down here with authority.
But how about their scoring in transition as well? That's been a big factor to this point. Are those high tops or track shoes these guys are wearing? My goodness.
And so it's Charlotte with it. After the 3-pointer from Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. He had a nice open look right there.
Great three-point shooting here out of the gate. That makes 4 makes already from long distance.
Bring music, scorching those nets. How long can they keep this up, though?
And now, Allie LaForce says something for us from the sideline.
Thanks, guys. Michael Porter Jr. was the #1 prospect in his high school class, and he said, growing up, basketball was easy for me. It was like, say, going up an elevator. But after my injuries, it's like climbing the stairs. It's like I'm walking in my purpose through this, more than if everything had just been smooth. Guys?
Thank you, Allie.
Defensively, they just look out of sync, not closing out on the threes in time.
Well, I think they're getting caught in that in-between zone, no man's land, giving up 3 straight from beyond the arc right now.
Now here's Green. Powell sets a screen for Green. 4 on the clock. And Jokic gets it to go. The assist by Green. Jokic has got his second basket of the night. Miller outside. Back to Black. Nice pass in here by Charlotte. And Miller throws it down hard.
Oh, easy money for Miller. He just generates offense.
Pacers trail by 20. Jokic with a screen on Eason. SGA feeling it out a bit. From the high post. And the Pacers tack on 2 more.
And he had a good look, and Gilgeous-Alexander made it pay off.
Back to Black. They set the screen. Pass to Eason. It's stolen by Green. And there's news coming out of Oklahoma City. Let's get the live update from our NBA League Insider, Shams Charania, about the Thunder. Shams.
Thanks, Kevin. They're looking to give their team a little bit more of an edge, more toughness. And in acquiring Jimmy Butler, they may have done just that and more. He's a relentless competitor, a veteran star who can light a fire under the younger guys on the roster, not to mention give their offense a big scoring boost.
Thank you, Shams. Great to hear from you as always. Here's Porter. After the basket by Charlotte, got a piece of it.
And already they've staked out a noticeable advantage in terms of aggression and controlling the backcourt.
And a trend they'd love to continue right through the next 3 quarters as well.
Pass to Miller. Shot clock at 5. From past the arc. That's good. Basket number 5 on a 5-for-8 night shooting.
Well, the D has gotten a little bit laxed here defending the triple.
And a wide open look for SGA. Drops one in from the wing. SGA's got 7.
The classic combo guard. Gilgeous-Alexander is effective in the 2-man game, especially on that first option, taking it himself.
And a timeout called by Charles Lee. He made the decision to huddle up with his guys and talk about strategy. So an almost entirely new group in now for Charlotte. Diabate's checked in. Zignaji comes in for Tari Eason. DeJounte Murray, he's checked in for Brandon Miller. And Bradley Beal subbed in for Anthony Black. Indiana also making some changes. Dean Wade, he's checked in for Green. Contavious Caldwell-Pope comes in for Norman Powell. And Porter subbed in for Gilgeous-Alexander. Outside, Beal. To the paint. Powered down after the assist, led him into the lane.
And selfless play by Beal, using that pick and roll action to create for a teammate.
Pacers trail by 21. Right now, let's take a moment here to catch up with Allie LaForce on the sidelines.
I briefly spoke with Charles Lee. He told me there's no real way to stop Nikola Jokic. He can score on anyone, and when you try to double him, he dissects you with his passing, which is arguably his most dangerous trait. Coach continued, you can pick your poison with Joker, but either way, you are getting poisoned. Kevin, back to you.
And as always, Allie, great job. Thank you.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
Yeah, sensational is a really good word for it. They're tearing it up on the glass.
Deal with the block. 1:05 left in the first quarter. For three, Murray. Jokic grabs the miss. Jokic has got 5 rebounds tonight. Pass to Porter. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good.
You got to push Porter Jr. out of the paint because he's so skilled at capitalizing down there.
Here's Najee. There's the screen for three. Murray. Jokic grabs the miss. And so it's Jokic with it. He brings it up for the Pacers. 19-point game. And here's Porter. No scoring in this one. Back to Jokic. And Jokic slams it in.
And that's a big boy dunk right there. He threw that down like a sledgehammer.
That is a violent attack on the rim.
Guys, you covered the bases with that.
And so it's Trey Murphy making highlights for the Charlotte Hornets. Going on an absolute rampage, piling in the points. He dictated the pace of the entire quarter. We've got more in store for you right after this. And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And a comfortable margin for the Hornets here, guys.
Yeah, in that first period, they looked to push in transition at every opportunity.
Yeah, I like the way they play. They're looking to get up and down the court every time. Racehorse basketball here tonight. Strap it up. Don't look down. You'll miss something.
We've got Brandon Miller. Tari Easton is out there with Durham. Then there's Bradley Beal. It's Najee in at the small forward position. So that's who Charlotte starts the second with. The Pacers making a switch here. Middleton's checked in. Clark, more so than ever, NBA offenses are putting the ball in the hands of their stars and letting them go to work.
Yeah, you know, Kevin, that's because NBA offense is all about creating space, and usually your star players can do that with a high level of skill, speed, shot making, and playmaking. You can create it with strength as well, playing through a guy like Jokic, Giannis, and Luka.
Eason with a screen for Beal. It's Miller on the wing. And Miller throws it down hard.
Full throttle throwdown right there. No soft touch from Miller on that one.
Middleton outside. Lays it up and banks it in.
Just no resistance inside at all. They are feasting. This is a straight buffet.
It is. It's a big one. And load the plate.
Yeah, exactly. It sure is. Plenty of second opportunities. 8 of their last 10 points from the paint, but the defense still continues to back away and not show any aggressiveness.
Pass to Porter. Lets it go from deep. Connects from three-point range. Porter's got 5.
How about that smooth shot from the arc for Porter? He's got such a confident release in deep range, too.
There's Beal with the 3. Pacers with the rebound. Coming into this having notched a win against Cleveland in their last game.
They shot the lights out from deep. Really stretched out the defense in that one.
There's all kind of talk in the game today about stretching the floor, because when you do that, everything else just becomes a little easier.
It's stolen by Eason. Here's Najee. Porter pulls it in. Pacers trail by 16. Middleton looking it over. To the inside. Here's Nurkic, and finished off by Nurkic.
Yeah, you can't allow Nurkic to get that kind of position. When you do, he is going to rattle that rim.
Duran with the screen on Porter. And the call is going to be, yes, it is, an illegal screen.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet more set on that screen. Easy call.
Yeah, I agree. You know, sometimes that can be a tough call for the refs to make, but not that time. It was easy there.
Powell, he's checked in for Caldwell Pope. You know, throughout his career, Nurkic has always been, Clark, a presence on the glass. Terrific rebounder.
Yeah, he's a big guy who plays big, Kevin. He's not afraid to get in there and mix it up. He knows how to use his body from different positions. He's a terrific offensive rebounder, and even in short stints, he can impact the game with his glass work.
Jokic has checked in for Indiana. Outside Porter to the middle. It's stolen by Eason. Here we go, one-on-one. Here's Najee. Jokic defending. They need this one, and it's sent back by Jokic.
Excellent defensive positioning and anticipation from Jokic. Able to lock the rim down there. Good work.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Hornets leading by 11. And a timeout called by Charles Lee. Coach is going to talk some things over with the team. Might be seeing something to adjust. Caldwell Pope, he's checked in for Indiana. And as we check out this year's contenders for the dunk contest, we get a look at some of the showmen, the best showmen in the NBA.
And with the names on that list, you know we're going to have a crazy competition this year.
And I know he'd like to make a move up in the consideration. He's got all the athleticism you hope for from a dunk contest participant.
He sure does. Lots of competition, though, in the running this year to get that big invite.
And so that's the breakdown as it currently stands. We'll be keeping you all updated with the latest info and, of course, our final list of contestants as we get closer.
Yeah, and if they don't invite me to be a judge, I'm still going.
Eason against Middleton. Outside for Caldwell Pope. Outside Porter. Middleton against Eason. The Hornets pull it in. Their biggest lead of the game was 21. This game coming on the heels of their win against Toronto.
And it could have been a lot closer than it was down the stretch, though. They were terrific.
Yeah, I thought they did a great job closing the door and keeping it out of reach at the end.
There's Miller with the three. Duran with the screen on Porter. And Duran slams it in.
And you can put Miller on either side of that pick and roll action. He has a terrific IQ.
Pacers trail by 15. Middleton the pass to Jokic. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line. It's going to be Jokic shooting. That's on Jalen Duran. Greg, we see a lot of change in the NBA, but Nikola Jokic always seems to stay in the MVP conversation.
And not just in it, at the top of it. His ability to affect the game is basically unmatched. He dominates in just about every single aspect.
Free throw, good. Jokic. With floor spacing so in demand league-wide, Clark, there are non-shooting big men on the chopping block, wouldn't you say?
I agree. I mean, for centers, you've got to have the awareness as far as cutting and moving off the ball and then using what they call circle action in the paint to create an angle for the pass and stay out of the way. Those are things that are part of the game now for the big guys.
For Charlotte, they have had 2 chances at the line already, making them both.
And you really got to give them a ton of credit for what they've done at the free throw line this season. How about 82% as a unit?
Yeah, in general, they've been very solid. I mean, free throw shooting isn't something they've had to worry about too much this season, guys. I thought he had that one. I think he did, too.
And it's Beal in the corner. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It's going to go on Norman Powell.
First and foremost, Bradley Beal is a scorer. He's always working the angles, trying to find his next opening to attack, and it rarely takes him long.
And that's a rare missed opportunity from him. He'd been good as gold up until that point.
Pass to Eason. And here is Duren. Jokic defending. Duren the pass to Beal. Fires for 3. Porter pulls it in. Porter's got 4 rebounds in this game. Duren against Jokic. Down low. And Jokic throws it down hard.
Impressive seeing Jokic go off like this. I mean, you can tell his teammates are being energized by what he's doing.
And a timeout called by Charles Lee. He's going to make some adjustments to the game plan. And Indiana making a change here. Caldwell Pope's checked in. As we get a break in the action, let's take a moment to check out the NBA's leaders in steals. 4th, Jokic.
And he's been a rock for them defensively. Just so many steals for him this year, and so many of them have been in key moments for his team.
And it's Norman Powell with the foul. That's foul number 2 for him.
Yeah, he just couldn't get out of his own way there. I like the aggressiveness, but that's his 2nd foul.
Oh, that's an outstanding view from the AT&T Connected Cam. Beal taking his time here. Charlotte moving it around. Duren finds Eason. Tries it from the top of the key. Pacers with the rebound. Jokic has got his 7th rebound here tonight. Caldwell Pope with a wide open look. He gets it to fall. That makes it just a single-digit lead.
Yeah, field goal percentage above 50 now. Their offense is starting to show.
And, you know, that's a really good sign. I mean, they stumbled out of the gate, but they're starting to look a little better now and regaining some ground.
Powell, the pass to Middleton, and it's denied.
He's off his game right now, trying to find a groove.
To the left wing, shoots, money from the wing. He's got 20.
They are winning this game largely because of his effort.
Powell sets a screen for SGA. Driving inside. Inside, Jokic. Good! Jokic can indeed take a little contact.
Great quarter for him at the offensive end, trying to will his team back in the game.
And Duren slams it in.
Oh, and the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop.
Well, I tell you what, they've got this team just a step away from being completely asleep.
And he has really come to life here after a slow start in that first quarter.
Black the pass to Duren. Beal against Powell. Goes up on the high post, and Charlotte again with the bucket.
A constant threat to score with the ball in his hands. Beal with a crafty move.
And Jokic throws it down.
Well, you know, this is what you like about him as a facilitator. He hits his man where he can do something with the rock.
Pass to Duran. Yep, it counts. Duran's got 10 points in the game. And here's SGA. He'll bring it up for the Pacers. Trailing by 10. They'll be playing host to Miami for the next game. That'll be the first of 4 played at home for him.
When Jokic is rolling like this, it's a beautiful thing to watch, and there's not a lot the defense can do. The Joker as a matchup is a nightmare.
And not the most common call you'll see in the NBA, but hard to argue that pick wasn't illegal.
Yeah, you know, the officials aren't nearly as lenient as they used to be on that call. As a matter of fact, I know I got away with a lot of those in my playing days, but that was 40 years ago.
Catching up on the changes for Charlotte. Diabate's checked in, and it's Ignaji in for Tari Eason. The open shot by SGA. It's good for his 4th bucket of the night. He's shooting 4 of 8.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that's not the defense you need. You got to be tougher defensively.
Najee passes to Black. Here's Murray, guarded by Powell. There's a good screen. Shot clock at 6. Murray, no good. Pacers trail by 6. And now let's swing it over to Allie LaForce on the sideline.
Thank you, guys. The Pacers have shown that they can be a threat in the East. Coach Rick Carlisle said, there's nothing wrong with high expectations. What you don't want is a situation of apathy, where expectations are low and all you're ever doing is selling hope. That's not why I came here. Back over to you.
They're for real. All right, Allie, we appreciate the report.
A bunch of threes for him in this first quarter. A bunch of threes for him in the first quarter, but he's made 0 here in the second period.
Green, no luck. Charlotte leading by 3. Pass to Najee, and here is Murray. There's the pick. There's the drive. Shoots the 3. It's in for his 8th bucket tonight. A hot 8 for 11 shooting so far.
And even after all those 3-pointers he hit in that first quarter, it looks like the D still didn't learn its lesson as they've left him open for another one.
Powell, no one around him. Good, and the assist goes to Jokic. Powell's got a couple of 3-pointers in the second for Indiana. Powell against Murray. The tray. Porter pulls it in. Porter's got 5 rebounds tonight. Outside for Gilgeous-Alexander. We got 22 seconds left now here in the second. Murray down low, working on Green.
He felt the defense on that attempt. Great rim protection.
Outside, Porter, back to Green. Gilgeous-Alexander, that's a 2-pointer. And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. The Hornets on top. They lead by 3. Now let's check in with Allie LaForce on the sideline. What do you have for us, Allie?
Thanks so much, Rick. What did you think of your team's offensive execution in the first half?
We got to get it moving more. We got to get it driven more. They're very physical. You're trying to run plays. They blow all that stuff up. And so bottom line with our offense, we got to get some more stops. That'll help our offense.
Defense leads to offense. Thanks, Coach.
Thank you, Allie, for that. And, folks, we'll be back with you after this short halftime break. So don't go away.
We'll get to the first half action in just a second, but first, let's take a look at where teams are sitting in the power rankings.
Taking a look here now at the Hornets, they're sort of stuck in this same range, right in the middle, here in the middle of the season.
Middling overall, just like your analysis, Kenny.
Woo-hoo. Oh.
Just kidding, my buddy. You're the best, or at least top 30.
Top 30?
That's saying
Top
something.
30?
And guys, the Charlotte Hornets are in an even game.
The energy in their hometown is electric, man. You can tell these players are loving the positive attitudes and feeding off them. I expect them to sustain this enthusiasm.
Yeah, I mean, these fans just love this team. And that's a halftime wrap. Let's get back to the second half with the call by Kevin Harlan and the crew.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. Without question, Trey Murphy displaying his skills today.
And how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column? Through 2 quarters, he has been terrific.
And you know what? They've come at him a few different ways defensively, and nothing has slowed him down.
Hornets leading by 3. On the court right now for the Pacers. They've got Nikola Jokic. Oh, my, what a play.
And what an incredible talent Miller is. What a ferocious finish there.
I'd like to thank AT&T for bringing us that spectacular look from their connected cam. Gilgeous-Alexander against Eason. From the line, Duren pulls it in. Duren's got 7 rebounds in the game. Pass to Black. Now Eason. Now Duren. Jokic defending. Some nice pass in here by Charlotte. Now here is Miller. Here's Duren. And the layup is good. Now it's a 7-point Hornets lead.
It's a great move, and he catches the defense completely off guard.
Yeah, if that's a harbinger of things to come, he's looking at having a very big second half.
And the foul on Tari Eason. That is his first foul of the game. Here in this third quarter, just over a minute play. Jokic draws the double. Foul for 3. Good, and the assist goes to Jokic. Jokic has got his 4th assist in this one.
The defense is far too slow to close out on those 3-point attempts.
And those triples, they sure do add up quickly, don't they? I mean, they've got to make some kind of adjustment here.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
Powell kicks to Green. There's a screen by Porter. That 3 off the mark. Hornets leading by 6. Pass to Miller. Here's Black. Gilgeous-Alexander covering. 3-pointer. Jokic grabs the miss. And so it's Jokic with the ball. He brings it up for Indiana. So, Clark, when you watch Anthony Black, size, playmaking, defense, a lot to like here.
That is a fact for sure. The 6th pick in 2023. Shooting was the question mark. Still is a bit, but I tell you, that's the one area of the game you've seen over the years. Many players make great strides in refining their shot because of the work they put into it. I don't think he's going to be any different. There's always a spot for a guy like Draymond Green on your side. An incredible defender. He's unselfish offensively and a highly skilled passer.
The 3, and he's good on the 3 ball. Green's got 8.
He was licking his chops there. Got a good look.
A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. Here's Black. And once again, off the mark by Charlotte. Indiana's gone 2 of 3 when they ventured outside the arc in the third quarter. And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul, shot misses. He'll be shooting 2.
Well, I love how crafty Jokic is. You know, he basically baits defenders into committing the foul once he gets deep position.
Free throw, good. Jokic. Well, Clark, we've all heard the stats on Nikola Jokic, but it doesn't tell the entire story, does it?
No, it doesn't tell the whole story, but it tells you a series of stories. I mean, Jokic is like the encyclopedia of basketball, Kevin. I mean, I just love watching him play. I mean, this guy does it his own way at his own pace, and his skill level is off the charts. His shot making is remarkable. His unorthodox way of doing what he does is a treat for all spectators of the game.
Powell outside. Outside, Porter. Pass to Jokic. Powell outside. And that won't go, missing the go-ahead bucket. Green against Miller. Here's Eason. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. And the Hornets lead by 2.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
Green kicks to Porter. Jokic against Duren. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And here's Gilgeous-Alexander outside.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
Now Eason. Eason making his presence felt offensively with his scoring average up there at almost 13 points a game. Miller, the pass to Duren. And Duren slams it in.
And, you know, for Miller, his passing is probably the most valuable and overlooked part of his game.
Outside, Green. Porter with the screen for Green. Fires the 3, and the Pacers can't get it to go. Hornets leading by 4. Black with it. 5 points in the game. Here's the screen. Down low. There's the lob to Duren. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
Black is such an unselfish player, always willing to get his teammates involved.
Here's Jokic. And the rebound goes to the Hornets. Duren's got rebound number 12 here already in the game. Miller inside. Jokic defending. Shots good by Miller.
Going deep in his bag there. Miller with the incredible crossover.
Gilgeous-Alexander against Eason. Back to Porter. Looking to end the run. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. Porter's got 7 points.
Well, they count on big-time production from him at the offensive end.
And a timeout called by Charles Lee. He's going to take a few moments here to check in with his team and regroup.
And now we get a chance to check out Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. His last 10 games have been exceptional. And with a top 20 ranking in field goal percentage, you put the ball in his hands, and he converts at a remarkable rate.
And you noted it. His points per game average is unreal right now. He's literally propping up the team's offense, scoring whenever they need him to. Miller finds Duren. Charlotte moving the ball around. On the wing, Miller. Guarded by Powell. A three-pointer off the mark.
Well, he had 1 3-pointer in the first half, but so far in the second, he's come up with goose eggs.
Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Powell. Over to the left wing. Duren against Jokic. Hornets with the rebound. Their biggest lead of the game was 21. It's off to Utah after this game where they'll face the Jazz. Hit the road with that, the first of a 5-game run.
And Gilgeous-Alexander understands how to draw contact, especially when he's looking to score.
And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Hornets.
They've been so aggressive getting out on shooters all game long. Nothing's getting past this defense, and that, to me, has been impressive.
And also the hustle showing through with all those steals and not giving much breathing room for the offense to operate.
Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, he's checked in for Powell. Gilgeous-Alexander hits them both.
Yeah, I like that they haven't lost their aggressiveness here. in the second despite being down.
That's exactly when you need to be aggressive. You know that. I mean, another good job, though, of drawing contact and getting to the free throw line.
Back to Eason. And the shot is good. Eason's got 4 points now in the quarter.
No issues on that one. Good work all around.
Miller against Green. Miller, the pass to Eason. Oh, and here comes SGA all alone. She finishes at the other end.
An outstanding transition player. When Gilgeous-Alexander is on the attack, good luck trying to contain it.
Eason finds Black. Miller surveying the floor. There's the triple. Hands it from downtown. Miller's got 22 points.
That's his second made three, first of this half.
Outside Porter. Green with a screen for Porter. They get it back.
A guy who always seems to be in the right place at the right time. Jokic on top of that one.
Miller outside. Duran with a screen on Caldwell Pope. Kept alive. And Duran slams it in.
When he's on the floor, offensive rebounding is always going to be a strength for them.
Greg, he keeps so many possessions alive, doesn't he?
And, you know, those second chance opportunities can be game changers. He represents so much value to this team because of what he does.
Duran against Jokic. They kick it out to Green from downtown. Good, and the assist goes to Jokic. Jokic has got his 5th assist in this one. It's Miller on the wing. He's guarded by Caldwell Pope. And Miller throws it down hard.
Huge night for Miller. We're seeing exactly why he went second overall. Brandon can take over a game.
Jokic passes to Green. And the Pacers another three.
And he's shaking off that slow start, giving them a boost here in the second.
Pass to Miller. Duran with a screen on Caldwell Pope. Snatched up. Right wing. Miller outside. Duran a screen. Goes back up. And he lays it up and in. He's got 25.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
And you know that's how it goes with him. I mean, his hot streaks, guys, don't last minutes. They last days.
And so the timeout here taken by Rick Carlisle. Looking for a breather and maybe adjusting a thing or two. Chris Middleton's checked in for Indiana. You're looking at the list of the NBA's top shooters from behind the arc for the past month. Third is Michael Porter.
Sometimes a three-point shooter gets into that rhythm and just keeps carrying it over. That's been the case for him the entire month.
Gilgeous-Alexander against Murray. For three, Caldwell Pope. Diabate grabs the board.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
I certainly do. You know, I like to see guys do their work inside. Their rebounding has been excellent, and that's always important in a close game.
And Indiana making a change here. Porter's checked in. Here's Mamu Kelishvili, defended by Middleton. Lock at 6. Pass to Diabate. And it's sent back by Jokic.
Jokic bringing it at the defensive end. Love seeing him get busy at that end of the floor.
Here's Porter, and finished off by Porter.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball.
Somebody you can count on. He is an extremely reliable finisher.
For 3, Murray drops in the tray. Murray's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball.
Well, I tell you what, that's a sight for sore eyes to see Murray connecting from distance, because when he's doing that, it really opens things up for him, because we know he can get to the basket.
Outside for Caldwell Pope. Good, and the assist goes to Jokic. Jokic has got his 7th assist of the game with that last one. Beal against Caldwell Pope. Outside, Beal. Pass to Murray. Shoots. That one's good from the corner. Murray's got 5 points in the quarter.
Guys, that's a more reliable shot for Murray than a pull-up jumper. I like to see him fire away in that situation.
Porter looking it over. And here's Jokic. The shot by Middleton, wide open. And Indiana, another 3.
It's been this way since halftime. Tremendous production from beyond the arc.
Boy, it's been a 3-point barrage. They came out gunning and have not stopped.
It's still anybody's game as we've reached the end of 3. Hornets lead by 2. And fourth quarter basketball will be coming your way on 2K Sports right after this. And let's listen to head coach Rick Carlisle review the game plan with his guys.
Hey, it's all about physical. It's all about physical. Make sure we're running back. Touch somebody. Touch somebody.
Pleading for his team, Greg, to be more physical and aggressive.
Something we hear often from Coach Carlisle, urging his team to play tough and physical.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. They've got Anthony Black. Jalen Duren is out there with Tari Eason. Then there's Brandon Miller. It's Najee in at the 3 spot. So that's the lineup for Charlotte. And the foul called on Brandon Miller. That's his first foul. Now here's Porter. Black defending. It's Jokic inside.
You've got to give them a lot of credit for just battling back into this game.
Extremely impressive was the rally they made. I mean, we'll see how much their comeback might have taken.
Oh, that was terrific!
Good.
And not just the score. Miller can dish it as well, showing great vision on that play.
Here's Powell. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. So, Clark, when you think about the league's natural scorers, Norman Powell has to be on that list.
For sure, and I think he's underrated, but everybody can't get top billing on the marquee. I mean, there are going to be guys that do great work that don't tend to get the attention that other guys do. But you look at his production, especially when his minutes go up, I mean, he can put it in the basket. He's a hard guy to deal with. He gets it in transition, mid-range game, shooting threes, and if you're not careful, he'll posterize you too.
And the first one drops.
What I appreciate about Norman Powell is that it doesn't matter if he starts, comes off the bench, he's going to produce offensively and relish his role, whatever it is.
Defensive foul nails both of them.
And that's another area where he is just a superb player. Excellent at the free throw line.
Here's Black. Pass to Eason. From the arc. And it's Jokic with the rebound. Jokic has got rebound number 12 here already in the game. To the inside, Middleton. And no good, had a chance to take the lead there. Charlotte shooting about 59% from the floor offensively. They've been running without a hitch.
And he's the main reason they have the lead right now. He's been perfect from the field, literally.
Bones Highland is checked in for Porter. That's good from Durham. Here's Highland. Over to the wing. Jokic against Duran. 6 on the shot clock. Now, here's Jokic. Defense is right there.
And hustle like that is why he leads this team in rebounds tonight.
And I tell you what, guys, nobody's been more physical in this game than he has. He has been a glass eater. Even though he hasn't found his groove tonight, his teammates are picking him up.
Pick off in midair. And a fast break now for the Hornets. Here's Black. And it's in there.
Black doing just enough to create space for the score. Really solid handles on display that time.
Highland with it, working on Black. And it's Anthony Black with the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
They're at the limit already. That, to me, is just lazy defense.
Porter's checked in for the Pacers. Here's Jokic. Got it! Jokic unfazed by the contact.
Hey, look, the defense gave a great effort there. Good contest, but Jokic just found a way to play through the contact and make it happen.
Here's Miller, and Miller throws it down hard.
And one step ahead of the defense with that solid screen.
And then Greg, the monster dunk to finish it off.
Boy, picture-perfect teamwork that time, guys. One guy sacrificing for the other. That's how you succeed in this league.
Lost contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
Shooting one.
It's going to be Jokic shooting. That's on Jalen Duran. And Indiana making a change here. Green's checked in.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
Free throw, good. Jokic.
You know, what makes Jokic truly exceptional in my mind is the versatility. You know, he's a really good passer, and that to me is a tremendous distinction, not to mention how he scores and does the other stuff he does out there.
Miller with the ball. Now guarded by Caldwell Pope. 5 on the clock. And it's sent back by Jokic. Green against Eason. Here's Middleton, and he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Well, you look at the skill set and size of Middleton, hard for any defense to match up against. Just so creative in how he draws contact and gets himself to the line.
Charlotte's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Like the pass to Eason. Takes the 3. It's rebounded by Indiana. Jokic kicks to Middleton. Eason against Powell. to take the lead. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Because he's such a complete scorer now, Powell is at the top of the scouting report. That creates opportunities at the free throw line for him.
Trey Murphy's checked in for the Hornets. Michael Porter, he's checked in for the Pacers. Gilgeous-Alexander comes in for Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. Now Black. Pass to Miller. To end the run. It's rebounded by Indiana. Porter's got 6 rebounds now in the game. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
Well, when you look at the assist totals, heck, they've been clearly the better team.
The Pacers making a change here. Caldwell-Pope's checked in.
And they're drawing more whistles and working their way to the line here in the second half.
And guys, I think it's exactly the right thing to do with the lead. Keep going at defenders and find a way to get yourself to the line.
And again, the Hornets missing.
Boy, you can just see the frustration growing on their faces. Nothing going their way.
You know, guys, no denying it's been a rough patch here. I think they've got to run whatever is best in their playbook to get a good shot.
And that one's good by Porter.
And creating a little separation here, gaining some confidence.
Yeah, you get the sense that they're going to start stretching this lead out a little bit.
A 3-ball. Gilgeous-Alexander pulls it in. Pacers leading by 8. Outside, Porter. Over Miller. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. To the middle. It's stolen by Green. Pass to SGA. Indiana moving it around. And play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen. And a look now at the Hornets' upcoming schedule. On Saturday, they'll go up against Chet Holmgren and the Utah Jazz. Then on Monday, they'll be facing Kawhi Leonard and the Los Angeles Clippers.
And for the matchup with the Lakers, that's going to be one where it would take a lot of errors and maybe a cold shooting night for things to go wrong. They just have that much of an advantage over that team.
Jokic, he's checked in for Chris Middleton. Stolen by Caldwell-Pope, and they're pushing it up. And there's SGA on the assist by Caldwell-Pope. Gilgeous-Alexander's got the lead up to 10 now for Indiana. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for the Pacers.
They have been a wrecking ball defensively, coming up with steals, being active with their hands, and just doing a terrific job of disrupting the rhythm.
And I've also noticed how opportunistic they've been off turnover, doing a really good job taking advantage of the opponent's mistakes.
And so it's Rick Carlisle here calling timeout. He's very aware of the timing here and the significance of getting things squared away with his team. Powell, he's checked in for Caldwell-Pope. Right now, let's take a second to catch up with Allie LaForce on the sidelines.
Hey guys, during that last break, I heard Rick Carlisle as he talked with the team. He loves what the D has been able to accomplish, saying to his team, every turnover is a big success for us. Keep forcing those errors. Don't let them feel comfortable out there. So expect them to keep trying to be disruptive.
All right, Allie, thank you for that. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And the rebound goes to the Hornets. Eason's got his 6th rebound on the night. They set the pick. Miller against Porter. Shot from the wing. Miller, no luck.
Well, you know exactly why they let him have that shot.
To the paint. Stolen. Fast break now for Charlotte. And it's sent back by Jokic. And it's out of bounds. The Hornets able to retain possession here. And we have to take another glance at that powerful rejection.
Superb anticipation on that rejection, and that'll allow them to stay on the lead if they keep defending like that.
Eason with it. Here's Black. Trying to break that ice-cold streak, and the layup is good. Black's got 4 this quarter.
Really nice pass by Anthony Black. He typically makes the right decision when he has the ball.
Pass to Jokic. Out to Powell. Good, and the assist goes to Jokic. Powell's got 10 points here in the second half.
Three-pointers are killing them at this point, and they haven't been able to respond at the other end.
You know, the only way that's going to turn around defensively is by stopping the outside shot, not getting into a shootout. They're not going to out-shoot out this team. Offensively, he's carrying his weight, doing his part. Maybe they should get the ball to him a little bit more.
Duran against Jokic. Powell for 3, and again, it's the Pacers from deep.
So many of the plays they're running designed to create opportunities from deep.
Well, you know, that's exactly their plan here in the fourth. Work to find space behind the arc and then bury some threes.
Now Miller. Duran sets the screen for Miller. The 3 goes down.
That's his second tray of this half. For the game, he's got 9 points from beyond the arc.
Green outside. Porter with the screen for Green. Here's SGA. Shot clock at 6. From 13, in close, it's Gilgeous-Alexander.
An expert at getting into the lane and creating havoc. SGA.
Powell there for the rebound. Pacers leading by 9. SGA misses the 3. Hornets shooting has just been outstanding tonight. 56% as a team in this game. Miller against Powell. Now Black. It's tipped, and so the ball's out of bounds. Powell touched it last.
Great instincts from him to get a hand on that pass and tip it out.
And, you know, even though they didn't come up with the steal, that's still a nice defensive play.
Just 3 to shoot. Good!
You love how each side has risen to the challenge throughout this one.
Hey, defense is taking a back burner, secondary on the marquee, but who doesn't love a game like this? Let's go. I like offense.
Gilgeous-Alexander.
Nearly automatic. Gilgeous-Alexander, no slouch from the line.
First free throw is good, and that stretches their lead to 8. And so both free throws are good, and it's a 9-point ball game here. And here's Miller. He'll bring it up for Charlotte. Here's Eason. It's stolen by Green. Powell outside. 1:10 left to play here in the fourth. Clock at 6. Jokic inside. Duran's on him. Here's Black. Here's Duran. It's stolen by Green. Powell outside. Now Jokic. Green outside. Jacks up a 3. And there's the 3.
And they came in determined to take this one. It's going to be a happy flight home.
Yep, to have a stress-free win on the road, very satisfying. The fans are already headed for the exits.
Porter fires. And get the 3. I'm just not sure they have the time to pull this one off.
No doubt the clock is their biggest enemy right now. It just about take a magic trick for them to find the points they need.
So no problem for Indiana as they get the win. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg. Not necessarily a runaway win, but one they'll feel very good about.
And let's face it, anytime you can go on the road and win in the fashion they did, you have to feel good about it. Really an outstanding effort all the way around.
So let's go courtside where Allie LaForce is standing by with our player of the game. Allie.
Nicola, congratulations on the win. What does a win like this say about your team?
I mean, we are looking for each other. We are finding it.
Great job. Thanks for that, Allie. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. So for Allie LaForce and my colleagues here at the table, Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for being with us. We'll see you next time.